So, I'm a bit of the ways through Nioh. I'm in this snowy area. It's like basically ice. And so it's cool because this is the first time you've seen an area like this. However, do you notice something kind of funny about the enemies here? Don't they seem a little familiar? If they do, well, that's because they're the same enemies you've been fighting since the beginning. This is my biggest problem with Nioh. It's not that enemies, specifically bosses, do huge amounts of damage with really quick attacks. I mean, God, look at how much damage that one hit did. It's the fact that despite you going through all these different missions, the enemies are mostly the same every time. It's lazy game design. We're in this completely new type of environment, and there's only one new enemy that I'm pretty sure I've already fought before elsewhere. That's not how this works. Every time you bring us to a new location, you should provide us with the opportunity to meet that location's new enemies and their new ecosystem, such as in Undertale, where literally every enemy was individual, or in Bloodborne, where every time you go someplace, you'll find new monstrosities to deal with. Although really this was more apparent in Dark Souls than it is in Bloodborne, because Bloodborne does bring back old enemies for later things. But of course their numbers are bigger, so they're caught up. Whatever. So this is why I stopped playing Nioh, because I got really sick of every mission going in and saying to myself, ugh, this again? I mean, I really hate these Cyclops guys with the tongues. They're too fast, and their damage numbers are too big, especially for a game that doesn't have invincibility frames. Of course, the story is only told through giant batches of text and cutscenes that are a bunch of old Japanese guys sitting in a room and chatting about something. And William is just, I'm William, I'm British. Now, I love playing Nioh. Everything's so fast, everything is so fluid. You have perfect blocking, which is super nice. The key pull system lets you pull off some crazy combos. You can build your own combos using skill points. Basically what Nioh does that the other Souls games don't is just give the player options. At any given moment, there's just so many things you can do. You got stances to change, you can swap between two weapons on the fly, you can swap between two ranged weapons on the fly. Boy, do I love the ranged weapons. You have tons of inventory items that aren't all mapped to one button like they are in Dark Souls, so they're way easier for you to mix and match. You have guardian spirits that give you super attacks or invincibility for a bit. Also, the fact that this is a loot game means that even if you're stuck somewhere, if you're just going around fighting enemies, there's always a chance that you'll get some better item and improve your character. And everything is all bright and colorful. Look how flashy this is. Look how when you pick up an item, you don't have to dismiss the message that says you picked up the item. Look how precise these hitboxes are. The game also does a better job at having you team up with characters, such as there's this one mission where you had this one lady with you, and fighting with her was great because she had a weapon that could actually damage these enemies, even though you hadn't gotten them yet. There's just so many things in here. It feels like the next step of this whole Souls-like subgenre. But then, of course, it takes one step back with its enemy design. Its level design is fantastic. I love all the interconnected areas. But of course, it's filled with boring enemies. And they're only boring because we've done this before. Why? Who is this for? Who wants this much damage this quickly?